The concern about a modern figure resembling Hitler in terms of ideology, leadership style, or authoritarian tendencies is valid and important. Throughout history, the rise of autocratic leaders has often followed patterns that can be identified and opposed early on. Here are some key indicators and factors to be vigilant about. Characteristics to watch for: authoritarian leadership, concentration of power, centralizing power in the hands of a single leader or a small group, undermining democratic institutions and checks and balances. Erosion of civil liberties, restricting freedom of speech, press, and assembly, using surveillance and control to suppress dissent. Nationalism and populism, us versus them. Rhetoric, promoting a divisive narrative that pits one group against another, often based on ethnicity, religion, or nationality. Scapegoating, blaming societal problems on specific groups or minorities, which can lead to discrimination, violence, and human rights abuses. Propaganda and control of information, manipulation of media, controlling or influencing media outlets to spread propaganda and disinformation. Cult of personality, creating an idealized and heroic image of the leader, often through state-controlled media. Undermining democratic processes, electoral manipulation, rigging elections, intimidating voters, or undermining the electoral process to stay in power. Weakening institutions, dismantling or corrupting democratic institutions such as the judiciary, legislature, and free press. Militarization and use of force, military parades and displays of strength, emphasizing military power and readiness to use force against perceived enemies. Political violence, encouraging or condoning violence against political opponents or minority groups. Historical lessons. Pre-World War II Germany, the rise of Hitler was marked by economic instability, societal unrest, and a political vacuum, which he exploited by promising strong leadership and national rejuvenation. Other autocratic regimes. Similar patterns can be seen in other regimes, such as Stalin in the Soviet Union, Mao in China, and more recent examples in various parts of the world. How to respond: education and awareness. Promote historical education about the rise of totalitarian regimes and the importance of democratic values. Vigilant media and civil society. Support independent media and civil society organizations that can hold leaders accountable. Strong institutions. Advocate for strong, transparent, and accountable democratic institutions that can resist authoritarian tendencies. International cooperation. Work with international bodies and allies to promote human rights and democratic governance worldwide. Public engagement. Encourage active participation in the democratic process through voting, advocacy, and community involvement. By recognizing these signs and promoting democratic resilience, societies can better protect themselves against the rise of authoritarian figures who may disguise themselves as populist leaders or national saviors. It is crucial to remain vigilant and proactive in safeguarding democratic values and institutions to prevent the emergence of autocratic leaders who threaten the principles of freedom, equality, and justice.